It's always fun to look around and see fans singing the Star-Spangled Banner. Getting in the spirit. Should be a good one tonight. Don't go away. It's the NBA. Welcome to our Sunday night broadcast here on 2K Sports. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are taken out in the West early in the season. You look at the Clippers. They're in second, looking to take over the first spot. And, of course, the New Orleans Pelicans, 3 games behind.
And when you look at the Clippers, they've already become a team you have to stand up and pay attention to. Don't sleep on these guys. They're a dangerous squad.
Well, the reason I think, Greg, they're dangerous is the fact that they're playing with just a ton of confidence right now. And the more wins that they can pile up now, the more cohesive they're going to be.
And the starting lineup for the Pelicans, Wall and Holiday combine at the guard spots. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. And it's Ingram in at the 3 slot. And for the Clippers, under down low at 4 with Harrell in the middle. Shamet and George at the 2 and the 3. And it's Beverly in at the point. Early part of the season, Brent, did you take a while to get back in the swing of things, or were you ready to go out of the gates?
In order to stay in the NBA, Kevin, no, I could not do that.
Right, yeah.
I could not do that.
You played 14 years.
I loved coming into training camp being in tip-top shape. It really was something I took a lot of pride in, is that I wanted to be going so that our practices for our coaching staff was something we could get through. Now, I understood the role of other guys on the team where it might take a little while for them to get going, but for my mindset and my confidence in the year, I wanted to make sure that the off-season and the work that I was putting in, because that's where players improved the most, I was going to come into camp ready to go.
Free throw good from Holiday. And the more you hear about Drew Holiday, a magnetic personality. He really connects with his teammates.
It'll be very interesting to watch the growth of Drew Holiday in that aspect this year, Kevin, with all of the additions of young, unrealized talent. Zion Williamson, Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram. Drew Holiday has got to be much more of a conductor this year, along with keeping his levels of performance elite.
Now, here's Shamet. Now George. And it's rebounded by Drew Holiday. We'll go to David Aldridge, who spoke with head coach Alvin Gentry. What's the news there, David?
Hey, Kevin. Yes, when I asked him about his game plan defensively, he said they were trying to shut off the lane and prevent easy baskets. He knows that may leave open shooters out on the perimeter, but he's willing to take that risk. We'll see if the opponent can make those shots. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Here's Leonard. Brandon Ingram picking up that last bucket. Misses from close range.
The defense is tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Right side George. Jacks up a 3. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverly trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Holiday surveying the floor. Pass to Williamson. 5 on the clock. Shoots over Shamet. And it's Williamson missing. Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Beverly finds Leonard. Back to Beverly. Here's Shamet. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Textbook bounce pass there, perfectly timed.
Here's Ball. 9 points last game out. Outside Holiday. Passes it to Favors. That's tipped. And now the Clippers on the break. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
One of the better perimeter defenders in the game, and in the golden age of scoring point guards, Patrick Beverley doing his best to slow them down on a nightly basis.
And Brent, as you know, there aren't many players that can set a tone for a team, but Patrick Beverley is one of them.
And Patrick Beverley always embraces that role about setting the tone defensively on an opposing team's point guard, making sure that tonight, if you're going to beat the team that Pat Beverley plays on, you're going to have to go through them.
That one is off.
And offensively, how do the Pelicans go from good to elite?
Well, raise your hand if you want more shooting. And I can see David Griffin raising his hand. That's what it's about for these guys. Tough to win in this league if you don't have the floor spacing. They're going to play at a great pace, but man, could they use a few shooters.
And the second free throw, good. Pelicans still look like they're getting going. It's a 3-point game. Teardrop shot, and Ball with the lay-in.
I'm a fan of how Ball uses that size inside. Excellent at getting his shot off close to the basket.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Beverley. Left side, Leonard. Over Williamson. Los Angeles with another miss. Holiday up top. He's covered by Leonard. And Holiday kicks to Williamson. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
How about Drew Holiday? Unselfish, team-first player. Love that from the guard position.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Leonard. He's coming off a 31-point game against Houston.
Impacting the game now at both ends. Zion moves his feet well and can change directions and close out on shooters.
And the rejection by Leonard. Clippers trail by 3. To the paint. Here's Shamet. And that one is good. Shamet's got 5 points so far.
Coaching staff would like some more shots from that range.
Ball dishes to Williamson. George against Ingram. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on George. And another name included in that Anthony Davis trade, Brandon Ingram. Still a lot to like about his game.
Pairs up well with what the Pelicans are trying to do. Perhaps the biggest asset coming over to New Orleans could flourish in this system.
And that one falls for Ingram.
The second overall pick back in 2016, Brandon Ingram has shown us flashes, but whether it's defense or offense, still a ways to go.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. And Greg, when you talk about Ingram, where would you look for him to make the next step in his game?
Well, in that one season at Duke, he did shoot over 40% from 3. I think becoming a reliable shooter from out there would be a key building block offensively.
Clock at 2. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for George.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Now, here's Shamet. 5 points in the game. Here's Leonard. Again, Los Angeles.
Yeah, feel for him right now, guys. He's much better than this 1 for 4 start. He just needs to relax a little bit out there and let that game come around to him.
And here is ball. The pass to Williamson. Rebound by Harrell.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Now here's Ingram. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. Ingram finds ball. Pass to Holiday. 6 on the shot clock for 3. Here's Favors.
Well, he gives his all whenever he's out there on the floor. Just that energy level is something that is infectious for Montrezl Harrell.
And it's Leonard missing.
Is it getting cold in here, Kevin? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
Ball feeling it out a bit. Takes the 13-footer. Great positioning on the putback. And that's now 6 points for Zion Williamson.
And Williamson doesn't let up consistently in attack mode. Love his rabid intensity on the backboard.
Now here's Beverly. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. George, no good. New Orleans in the lead. Ingram right side. Hits the jumper in space. Ingram's got 5 points so far.
And Ingram hits these mid-range jumpers in his sleep. The defense can't allow him to get going from there.
Beverly, the pass to Harrell. And here is Shamet over Holiday. And that one's good. Shamet. He has 7. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. Pass to Favors. Outside Holiday. Kicks the ball. 5 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. He can't hit that time. 80 that time from Leonard. Beverly against Ball. Shamet on the wing. Feeds to Harrell. It's good. Harrell's got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. To win with consistency, Brent, you need guys who you can bank on. Guys you can count on. And with that in mind, who's the most consistent scorer that you see night in and night out in the NBA?
Well, Kevin Durant and James Harden are just tremendous at scoring the basketball. Anywhere they are, at any time, they have an opportunity within a few minutes to explode and put 10 or 12 points on the board. And so those individual runs, and then Kevin, quite frankly, the attention defensively from the opposition to try to shut them down will open up opportunities for other guys to flood into the game that haven't had any impact thus far.
Exactly.
So now all of a sudden they get going, but Durant, Harden, and last year there were stretches where Paul George absolutely entered this category.
Here's Williams. Jahlil Okafor making his last shot.
Well, it's such a challenge trying to alter anything that Lou Williams does just because you're on your heels most of the time.
Here's Hart. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. It's Redick on the wing. All sorts of time. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And it's just never easy to get stops in this league, but they had a smart game plan defensively, and I felt like that was the difference.
Well, good defensive game plan and then carrying it out for 48 minutes. That really helped them out in that last game.
Now Moore, following the three-point attempt by Lou Williams. Williamson kicks to Reddick. New Orleans moving it around, and the dunk by Williamson.
Well, this is when you start to talk about Reddick not just always looking for offense, clearly looking for teammates there.
Williams with the ball. An 11-point game for him in the win against Houston. And Okafor with the block. And they get it back. Zubac finds Green. The Clippers get another chance here. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Here's Hart. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Now here's Williamson. Back to Hart. Let's go. And an air ball on that one. Way off. To the middle. Okafor with the steal. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Moore's running. And that one's good. Williamson.
A lot of people feel like Moore has natural point guard ability, so I like to see him find the open man.
It's Williams with the drive. Here's Magruder. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Williamson's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Here's Hart. Moore outside. Fires from deep. Green with the rebound. Clippers trail by 3. 1:35 left to play in the first quarter. Back to Magruder. He kicks it to Harkless. Over in the corner, Williams. Los Angeles with another miss. New Orleans leading by 3. And there's the foul. It's on Rodney Magruder. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Hayes, he's checked in for New Orleans. Okafor against Zubac. Back to Okafor. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Zubac has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Magruder. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
59 seconds left in the first quarter. Reddick against Williams. Passes to Okafor. Shoots over Zubac. Okafor gets the bucket. Okafor's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, this is what you love about him, the confidence on that mid-range.
That's a staple of his offensive attack, and proving once again he can do some damage from that area.
Now here's Williams. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game. It's good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
29 seconds left here in the opening quarter. The pass to Hart. Moore outside. The dish to Hayes. Inside, here's Hart. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Outside Williams. Pass to Harkless. From deep.
Well, Moore on the defensive end, part of this scheme, and doing a nice job staying in front of his man and contesting.
Back right after this. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back that was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine. So.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen from the Pelicans, what do you guys think?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Keep plays alive with your activity. That's what it's about.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for New Orleans right now, Ejuan Moore is out there with Hayes. Then there's J.J. Redick. Then there's Jahlil Okafor. And it's Hart in at the two-guard spot. No good from Moore. The Clippers trail. Magruder passes to Williams. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. The Pelicans shooting about 42% so far. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have two elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Out to the right wing. Wide open look here for Zubac. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. And he slams it one-handed.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Clippers have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
And he can't get the first one.
Well, injury is such a reoccurring theme for the Pelicans in the past couple seasons. Funny to hear Alvin Gentry even joke about consulting a witch doctor down there in the Bayou. But new athletic trainer coming in, hired away from the Phoenix Suns. They have a tremendous and have had a tremendous reputation, hoping to improve their health of all these young players.
Now here's Redick. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Shot clock at 6. Poked loose. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Clippers. On Tuesday, they head out on the road and face the Mavericks in Dallas. Then on Wednesday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the Memphis Grizzlies.
And looking at this stretch for them, I think they should have no problem dispatching most of their opponents if they can avoid that pitfall of playing down to the level of the competition. But that's easier said than done.
Moore with the steal. And the wide open shot from Redick. It doesn't go for him. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And the training staff from the Suns had an outstanding track record over the years.
The envy of a lot of teams in the NBA as they were able to extend the careers of players like Steve Nash and Grant Hill, two all-time greats. And they set a trend in some of the biometric tracking that they do and looking for early signs of impending problems. All about preventative medicine, Kevin, to have players be at their best.
Here's Okafor. Paul George making his last shot. Okafor kicks to Moore. 4 on the clock. The Clippers grab the miss. Their last meeting was in New Orleans, where they were unable to fight off the Pelicans.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
Such an effective combo guard. We all know that Lou Williams can score, but once he gets going, he'll set a teammate up too.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Here's Hart, defended by George. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here.
Now a chance to see the numbers for George. He's been dominant over the last month. 9th in steals, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And talk about being top 10 in steals. I love his jumping the passing lanes and then stealing away your dribble. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Harkless. Just 5 on the clock. And a deep 3 from Redick. And the Pelicans miss again. Clippers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Leonard, the pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Good awareness there from Kawhi, waiting for his teammate to break free and then finds him.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Yeah, watching that game quarter to quarter, they sped up, they slowed down, but they executed in every facet.
Williams against Ball. To the right side. Now here's Harrell, covered by Hayes. Left side, Leonard. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. Landry Shamet's checked in for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverly comes in for Lou Williams. And then for New Orleans, Derek Favors checked in for Hayes. Ingram comes in for Josh Hart. And it's Drew Holiday in for J.J. Redick. Now here is Holiday. He had 13 points in the win against Utah. Clock at 6. Fires from the wing. And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
I'm not sure what he thought he could get away with there. Pretty clear over the back.
Nothing wrong with being physical, but that's just over the top.
Ball finds Okafor. Beverly against Ball. Pass to Ingram. Out to Favors. Tries it from the top of the key. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range there. Much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Well, it's one thing to play good defense, but then to alter the shot and get the rebound, that's a good day's work. Well, Drew Holiday and his brother Justin had some hard-fought games in the driveway. I know a little bit about that. We never ever finished those games, Kevin. Too much fighting going on. And by the end of it, both Drew and Justin Holiday find themselves in the NBA.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
New Orleans gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Ingram outside. The feed to Okafor. Shot from 6. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Okafor's got the game tied up here for the Pelicans. Clippers have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. And Brent, that fierce competitive nature for Drew Holiday still there to this day.
There's so much talk from his coach Alvin Gentry about Drew working himself constantly to exhaustion, just continuing to push the limits. And he'll sit at his locker, he'll take a long shower. He doesn't want to move till his body recovers. He knows how important this game is to him and how important now he is to the Pelican franchise moving forward.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always deadly. Thank you. Now, here's Ball. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. The Clippers in the lead. To the paint, Ingram with the steal. From the baseline, Okafor. It's good on the putback.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
George against Ingram. George dishes to Leonard. To the middle. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one is on Holiday. And a huge piece of the Tobias Harris trade last year, Brent, Landry Shamet shows a lot of promise.
Yeah, interesting for Lambeau, as they call him, at age 22 out of Wichita State, to come into the league, show his ability to shoot from the three-point line, shot 40% from deep while taking over 4 a game last year, seemed very comfortable in seeking out the line. And the opportunity for him now with the star power around him, a lot more is going to open up for Landry Shamet to be a 3rd or 4th guy on the offensive end to make some major contributions.
And so he hits both. You know, Brett, we know guys love really jawing at each other. What was your criteria for issuing a double technical for trash talk?
Yeah, in today's game, it's kind of like it could be a whisper
Right.
or a wink, you know, the way that they look at it.
It's both sides, doesn't it?
And they just try to curtail anything that could escalate, Kevin. That's really what the referees are doing. As soon as they see some kind of body movement or see guys starting that way, they want to cut it off before anything else happens. So the criteria is a little bit confusing. Sometimes I like to see them getting after a little bit.
Ingram uses that floater so effectively, pulls it out of his bag when the defense isn't expecting.
Now Beverly. He dishes it to Leonard. Scores for only the 2nd time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
Defense just pinballing off of the frame of Kawhi Leonard, determined to score.
Here's Ingram. They trail by 1. Dishes to Holiday. Back to Ingram. Here's Okafor. Kicks it to Williamson. 5 on the clock. Tries yet again. He feeds it to Okafor. Now here's Ball. He's covered by Shamet. Here's Okafor over Beverly. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell. The Pelicans have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
That free throw missing. I'll grade the Clippers signing of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, the grand finale of the wildest summer in NBA free agent history.
A ton of big moves. You think of the star players who've changed teams. 1/3 of the league's all-NBA selections and 5 out of 10 of the reigning all-star starters. In the end, we saw 7 players who've changed teams, signing for over $100 million each. Put that in perspective, only 8 players had ever done that in league history. And how much fun is it to watch this kid? I call Zion Williamson a kid, even though he goes about 280, and he has a certain composure that really belies his years.
Now here's Beverly. Leonard looking around. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
How about Drew rising up, getting to the rim? Love the power on that dunk, too.
And with Williamson, it's not just the obvious stuff that impresses you, Greg. It's the little things as well, the attention to detail.
You know, Kevin, one thing that stands out to me, every time I see this young man, the eye-hand coordination, whether it's on steals, deflections, block shots, he always seems to pick it cleanly.
Now, here's ball. And the dunk by Williamson.
And yeah, he's 280 pounds. We've never seen anyone hang in the air like this young man. Williamson is special.
Beverly against Ball. Yep, it goes in, and the Pelican lead is cut down now to just 3 in the basket from Kawhi Leonard.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for New Orleans. 1:39 left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Okafor, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And who doesn't love stats? Here are some numbers for Patrick Beverly, averaging about 7 points, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
And the first one at the line is good.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Reese Harkless comes in for George. And Rodney McGruder's subbed in for Patrick Beverly. A whole new cast of characters for the Pelicans. 3 promising first-round picks, Greg, and the young players acquired from the Lakers and veterans like Favors and Redick.
All of a sudden, a wealth of options for Alvin Gentry. Time will tell how they did in the AD trade, but seems like they're off to a nice start.
And Holiday kicks to Ingram. And the Pelicans miss again.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And Okafor with the block. Ingram outside. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And thinking back to last postseason, the Clippers did not back down to the Warriors at all.
Well, LA was a much more physical team. I think they knew going in that the only way that they had a shot was to be disruptive, and they brought that on both ends of the floor, and that was going against a healthy Kevin Durant at the time. They took 2 games last year in that series, and the way in which they played, that spirit might have caught the attention of one Paul George and one Kawhi Leonard.
And you got to appreciate the fearlessness with which he plays. Zion's ability to shoulder the offense at this stage of his career is incredible.
They're having more success from three-point range here in the second after a rough first quarter from deep.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Moore outside. Green with the rebound. Green's got 5 rebounds tonight. Left side, Williams to the inside. From downtown, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Pelicans lead by 2. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Jalil, you've scored in a variety of ways in the first half. What's working for you out there?
The moving around the ball, talking to my teammates, trying to get open. They're putting me in a great position for me to score.
Thanks, Jalil. Appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Quite the tussle there in the first half, huh? A tremendous start for Zion Williamson. He ended up with 15 points, 12 rebounds, and 1 block. Kenny, your thoughts? How the Pelicans are playing?
Well, one place they had the edge was on the offensive boards. They converted those extra possessions into points. Nothing is more demoralizing to a defense than forcing a miss and then giving up a second attempt. The offensive glass is going to pay big dividends for them.
And over to Shaq. Now your take on the Clippers.
Well, one thing happened that really helped them out. Their bench came in and played absolutely beautiful. Gave them a huge boost. Not just trying to hold court, but actually putting points on the scoreboard. These guys should be starting, Ernie.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Zion Williamson, guys. In this game, he has been everywhere.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
Yeah, guys like him love to stuff the stat sheet. He's doing it here.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. The two stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Beverly and Shamet in the backcourt together. And Harrell's in at the center position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Now here's Beverly. Had the space there, but it's offline. Williamson, the pass to Ball. That's tipped. Outside Favors. Right side Holiday. Yep, that one goes in there. Holiday's got 6.
Drew's got such a great build. 205, 210 pounds, a bigger guard. Hard to knock him off of his shot.
Now here's George. And that's collected by Drew Holiday.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Here's Williamson, and he uses the glass on the layup. Now it's a 6-point Pelican lead.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here is George. He has 5.
That's a nice play by Paul George, showing a nice touch from the mid-range.
.90 seconds now into the second half. Ball, the pass to Williamson. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
And maybe the most popular player to enter the league since social media became truly pervasive. Zion Williamson handles it with class. He really appreciates his teammates and his coaches and really respects the game.
He hits the second from the line. And talking to stars in this league, even they want to see what Williamson's going to do next.
Sure. We talk about the leaping ability at his size, the handles, the shot making. But what really stands out when you watch him live, the instincts. Being at the right place at the right time and always seeming to make the right play. Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now here's Ball. Williamson dishes to Holiday. That one, no good. Great D that time from Leonard.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
One-on-one here. And the dunk by Williamson.
Such a smart defensive player. Drew Holiday understanding when he should go after steals. If you're going to go for it, get it.
Beverly against Ball. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Holiday. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. And now let's highlight the deadliest deep threats to come into the NBA this season on our rookie leaderboard. Zion Williamson on top.
With the way he shot the ball from long range, he's earned his reputation as the top marksman of his class.
Here's Leonard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Zion Williamson.
So smooth. The little pump fake, get the defender in the air. As if Leonard wasn't hard enough to cover, he's adding that to his game.
And maybe the biggest story of this summer, where would Kawhi Leonard be headed in free agency? A player of his caliber commands that kind of media scrutiny.
Greg, you talk about the media focus for Kawhi Leonard. Not exactly something he embraces.
Not at all. As a kid on his birthdays, he'd shutter himself in his room because he didn't want the attention. To this day, he lets his play do the talking.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. And that'll be his third foul so far. Now here is Holiday. He's guarded closely. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Harrell's got his 5th rebound in this one. George finds Leonard. Here's Shamet. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists now in this one.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. They lead by 1. Ingram outside. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Favors passes to Williamson. Leonard with the steal. Here's Beverly, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 1.
Well, Beverly showing a bit of his speed right there, out of the blocks, hoping to get something on the drive on the inside.
The Pelicans have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Ingram outside. Shot clock at 5. And it's sent back by George.
Not many guys have the two-way ability of a Paul George, just as dangerous defensively as he can be offensively.
Josh Hart, he's checked in for Brandon Ingram. The Clippers have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. And here's Beverly. Shamet, the pass to Leonard. Back to Shamet. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
So far, he's a can't-miss player. A superb scorer who plays to his strength.
Here's Williamson. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Williamson's got 22. The Clippers have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Bounce pass from Beverly. Shamet, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Pelicans trail by 3. Ball, the pass to Favors. Now here is Holiday. He's covered by Shamet, and Holiday kicks to Hart. 6 to shoot. It's tipped. Pulls from the top of the key. Williamson, the pass to...
Oh, man. Fans love that. Listen to that. I love that sound in the arena.
And really an underrated playmaker. Williamson with good court vision and solid decision making.
For New Orleans, they have made 9 free throws in the game, 14 attempts. And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Landry Shamet. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. That one misses for Favors.
And last season for the Clippers, it was a collection of smaller guys who played big.
Well, they're very effective with those kind of lineups with shorter, very effective offensive players out there. And Lou Williams being a catalyst for what they were doing, coming off the bench and providing a spark. You know, in the fourth quarter, there was always an opportunity for the Clippers, if the game was close, to rely on Lou Williams to get the job done.
Now here's Williams. Zion Williamson unable to get his last shot to go. Here's Harrell. That's 3-pointers off the mark. The Pelicans trail. This one for 3. Hart, no good.
Yeah, but the defense was determined not to give him an inch of free space.
And stolen by Williamson. Ball with it. Outside Holiday for the lead. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 3 assists tonight.
Boy, does that help. When Drew Holiday's connecting from the 3-point line, it opens up so much of the floor.
Now here's Williams. Outside Leonard takes a 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Leonard's got 11.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the 3-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Ball to pass to Williamson. Here's the teardrop, and Derek Favors with the slam.
How about the vision there by Ball, showing the unselfishness, just being a willing passer.
Williams against Ball. George looking around, feeds it to Leonard. And a foul call. Almost got it to go in, but he'll go to the line for 2.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
The free throw drops for Leonard.
In New Orleans, not the largest market, but a lot to like about living in the Big Easy.
Well, you just said Big Easy in New Orleans, and I saw Kevin Harlan's head whip over here because I know what he's thinking about. Food, baby.
That's right.
Food. But whether it's music, art, architecture, New Orleans has a tremendous culture.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Out to the right wing. Here's Okafor. Lays it up off the glass. Okafor's got 15.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Magruder. From outside, off the mark. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And it's sent back by Leonard.
Let this be a reminder, when you're going up for a shot, it's always important to know where Kawhi Leonard may be lurking.
Now here's Leonard. He's got 13.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Here's Redick. It's a 1-point game. 6 on the shot clock. Hart the pass to Okafor.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Leonard. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. 6th in scoring, and not many players convert opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And you noted it. His points per game average is unreal right now. He's literally propping up the team's offense, scoring whenever they need him to. Harkless is checked in for Rodney Magruder. Ingram, he's checked in for New Orleans.
Just a lightning bolt there in transition. No one can match up with Kawhi, especially at his position. That time they pay the price.
Now here's Redick. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Moore outside. From outside the arc, it's good from long range. Moore's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Here's Williams. Pelicans pull it in. High arcing shot. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Leonard. Count it, and the foul. It goes on Brandon Ingram. The Clippers have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. The free throw drops for Leonard.
Yeah, sometimes in a game you settle a little bit before settling in, and right now I think he's a big factor in how they're getting to the line.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
And he's been taking it to the rack all game, and they haven't been able to contain him. They have to put up better fight on the inside.
And how about a look now at the first-year block leaders in the NBA? Here are the top rookie intimidators. Now you look at Williamson, 2nd in the NBA, a great defender. And, of course, Jackson Hayes. Same can be said about him.
And among first-year players, these two are as intimidating a pair of shot blockers as you're going to see.
Now here's Ingram, 11 points in the game. Left side, Redick. Back to Ingram. Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubac has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Leonard. Harkless on the wing. Back to Leonard. For the lead. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. New Orleans has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Redick with the 3. Cans it from downtown. Redick's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Williams against Redick. Passes it to Harkless. Down low. Here's Leonard. The shot, no good. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. No good from Moore.
Been a struggle for him tonight, but if they can make this lead hold up, he can just chalk this up as one of those nights.
Now here's Zubac. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. And JaMychal Green picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Los Angeles making a switch here. Shamet's checked in. Derek Favors checked in for New Orleans. Pelicans leading by 3. Moore passes to Okafor. And then Okafor slams it in.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. Shamet kicks to Leonard. Some solid defense from Ingram. New Orleans has gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Over Williams. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Over to the wing. From deep, Moore drills the three-pointer. Moore's got the lead up to 6 now for New Orleans.
You got to get out there. You got to run and scramble the Jets to find each one more on the perimeter.
And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expected. We come back right after this. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the court for the Pelicans, getting the fourth quarter going. Favors is out there with Jahlil Okafor. Then it's Brandon Ingram. Then there's Etuan Moore, and it's Redick in at the 1. Now here's Redick. Fires the 3. Green with the rebound. Green's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
And it's Shamet missing. New Orleans leading by 6. Now here's Moore. Ingram finds Moore. Here's Okafor. Back to Moore. Excellent D there from Williams. The Clippers shooting in this game 45%. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Now, what a game by Leonard, but you wouldn't know it by the way he's reacting out there. Just stone-faced, but getting the job done.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Redick passes to Favors. He kicks it to Ingram. The pass to Redick. Four on the shot clock. From deep three-point range, they get the rebound. And that one's good by Favors. And the Pelicans lead by 6.
Well, he takes care of salvaging that possession for the offense by getting on the offensive glass.
Looking to end his cold spell. Williams gets the bucket.
Although he's a little bit smaller, Lou Williams does not deter himself from getting inside and scoring over the top of the trees.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Redick dishes to Favors. Pass to Ingram. The 15-footer. Here's Okafor. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. First one falls for him. A different look for the Clippers. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubats. Paul George comes in for JaMychal Green, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. And New Orleans also making a change. Williamson is checked in for Moore. He doesn't get the second one.
Not a perfect trip to the line, but at least he made this game a two-possession affair.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Okafor kicks to Williamson. Ingram outside. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And a deep three from Redick. And the Pelicans miss again. Clippers trail by 3. Inside. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a pass available there for Paul George, but he spots that small crease, he fires the ball through it, and he gets it to his open man.
New Orleans gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. George against Ingram. Pass to Okafor. Lets it go with a three. The second chance effort. And the rejection by Harrell. Here's George. Finished off the break. And the Clippers lead by one.
Paul George concentrating through the contact and making sure he had a shooting window open.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Ingram passes to Favors. The dish to Redick. Tries again, and Favors finishes it off.
Just a little bit off in the first, but he's been anything but that here in the second quarter. Really impressive to see him turn it around like that.
Now here's George. He dishes it to Leonard. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Zion Williamson.
That aggressive mindset of his, Leonard putting it on the floor and drawing contact.
The first one falls.
There's a quiet intensity that Kawhi Leonard brings to both ends of the floor, a defensive menace, and it's amazing to watch him just how disruptive he can be when he's guarding the 1, 2, 3, or even 4-man and messing up offensive scheme.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Drew Holiday's checked in for Redick. And Ball subbed in for Jahlil Okafor. Both shots good from the stripe. Here's Ball. Outside Holiday. Williamson with it. Leonard's there. Favors finds Ingram. Shot clock at 6. Back to Favors. Baseline J on the way. Rebound by the Clippers. Leonard's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's George. Can't hit that one. Some solid defense from Ingram. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the Pelicans. Yes, that goes in. And that's now 11 points for Drew Holiday.
Yeah, Drew aggressive there, right? You could see committing to that shot, looking more than happy to rise up and fire.
And stolen by Favors. And now the Pelicans on the break. And it's sent back by Leonard. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. Ingram kicks the ball.
And at 6'6" Ball, very similar to Jason Kidd in terms of the vision that he plays the game with. His IQ is off the charts.
And for all the drama surrounding Lonzo Ball's entrance into the NBA, one thing is for certain, he can play.
And Lonzo will always have the media attention, but the fact is he is a very talented player. His playmaking and passing was as elite as advertised from day one, starting to find his spots on how he can score for himself. But everything else with his game is what you'd want from an elite point guard.
No good on the free throw.
Well, a new start for Lonzo Ball, part of that massive Anthony Davis trade over the summer. And for Lonzo, things not working out in LA. I wonder if being away from everything that LA offers up is going to allow Lonzo to focus back in both on playing and on making sure his body is ready for the rigors of an 82-game season.
The Clippers have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. And that one's good. Shamet, boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
The Pelicans trail. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. And with the Pelicans, ball can be quite dangerous in an Alvin Gentry offense.
Yeah, this up-tempo style that Alvin likes to play, a lot of it borrowed from the 7 seconds or less offense of Mike D'Antoni, is going to be very exciting. They could be a league pass team as Lonzo Ball loves to advance it with the pass, finding players like Ingram, Holiday, and of course Zion Williamson on the break could lead to some exciting basketball in the Bayou.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I got a chance to find out what Alvin Gentry talked about with his players. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappier. We've got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Kevin?
Smart for Holiday to get that shot off even after the hack from the defense.
Both free throws good from Holiday. Here's Beverly. To the paint, Ingram with the steal. Floats one. Ball no good. The Clippers have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Now here is Holiday. Not a lot of room. Pass to Williamson. To the inside. Oh, that was something else.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Pelicans on D. It's a 3-point game.
And that's turned over in about the most frustrating way possible.
There's good turnovers. That wasn't one of them. At least this one doesn't lead to an automatic fast break, the live ball turnover. So that's the best you can say about that play.
Now here's George following the shot by Drew Holiday. George against Holiday. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one is on Holiday. Well, Brent, you look at the explosive numbers George has put up. A lot of it has to do with how he runs the pick and roll.
Incredible at his size and his ability to read the defenses in pick and roll situation. Anytime there's a defender that decides to go under on Paul George from the perimeter, he can let that thing rip from the 3-point line. Last year, I think you saw him with the most poise that he's ever played with in his career. I expect that to continue.
They throw good, Paul George.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
And both free throws good for Paul George. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
Now, here's Shamet. Zion Williamson unable to get his last shot to go.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for New Orleans. On the wing, Holiday. There's the 3. Pelicans keep it alive.
Yeah, just nice hustle there. That work gets them the extra possession. And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
A great example out here of just a no-quit team continuing to compete until the final buzzer.
The Pelicans shooting an appalling 26% in the fourth quarter. Now the pass to Williamson. And the rejection by Harrell. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Harrell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep. And it's Ingram missing.
And you have to admire his confidence on that, but there's no way that's going to fall.
Coaches will tell you that's a bad shot, but when your teammates tell you that, you probably got to think about it.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Now here is Holiday. Ball dishes to Holiday. Pass to Favors. With the teardrop. 80 that time from Leonard. Clippers leading by 3. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have. Staying aggressive and playing under control.
Ingram outside. Kicks it to Ball. Pass to Holiday. Ball's knocked loose. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Lou Williams is checked in for the Clippers. Clock at 4. Here's Williamson. He's off on that one. 80 that time from Leonard.
Well, his shooting this quarter has to be a huge concern, especially when they're behind like this. Can he find a rhythm?
Williams passes to Leonard. And finished off by Leonard.
Oh, you could see it from the moment he caught the ball. Leonard looking to rise to the occasion, making the big shot to help the team out.
Pelicans trail by 5. Holiday dishes to Favors. George against Ingram. Here's Holiday. And again, New Orleans has no luck. And here's Los Angeles. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Here's George. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Williamson kicks to Holiday. Here's the floater. And the rejection by Harrell. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. And the Clippers call time here. They're up by 5. 1:57 left in the fourth quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
Now Williams. From 11 feet away. That one off the back iron and out. Pelicans trail by 5. And Holiday with the basket on the assist by Ball. Ball's got assist number 5 here tonight.
And you have to love how Holiday came up big with the shot. That's the kind of leadership you want to see from him.
Now here's Williams. On the wing, George. Shamet trying to break loose. George, no good. George has gotten 5 shots in 13 tries. And the dunk by Williamson.
This is why they go to Zion. His teammates trusting in his ability to get the job done.
Harrell banked in off the glass. Harrell's got 4 this quarter.
Now they're playing working to perfection there if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan.
1:09 left in the fourth quarter. And here's Holiday. He kicks to Williamson. Clock at 6. Here's Ball. Misses off the left iron. The game has come down to this.
Huge possession.
And George, here we go. Count it.
Yeah, Paul George sharpening his swords now. Love to see him take that shot.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're down by 5. There's 42 seconds left to play here in the fourth. New Orleans making a switch here. Redick is checked in. There's 42 seconds left in the game. No one near Williamson as he lets it go. It drops. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
To the middle. Shamet. Yes!
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're behind by 4. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Redick. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Money!
Look at this young man come through in the clutch. Zion appearing more than ready to deliver.
And the Clippers call time here. They're in front by 2. 20 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And here is Los Angeles now. Here's Ball. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
Absolutely no fear in this young fella. When the game is close, you want the ball in Ball's hand. And they've got a foul to give here if they need it.
11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. To the inside. It's deflected. Here's Favors. Yes! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
And whatever intensity was lacking there in the first half, you're seeing it on display here now.
You asked for those hustle plays earlier in the game. We're seeing them now.
And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. It'll be Los Angeles off the tip. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for New Orleans right now, Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. Their backcourt, Ball and Redick. And it's Ingram in at the 3 slot. Redick. And the rejection by Harrell.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And George gets it to go.
So good, so experienced. Paul George can convert the toughest of buckets.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. Williamson, the pass to Redick. Down low. Leonard dishes to Williams. And it's blocked.
And if Williamson's in the area, you better be careful. When you aren't, he's going to stifle you on the offensive end.
AT that time from Leonard.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Here's Ball. Passes to Favors. Well, overtime basketball, a minute and a half played so far. Williams against Ball. Just 5 to shoot. He can't get that one. 80 that time from Leonard. And George, here we go.
Well, once Paul George gets in that deep, get out of the way. He's coming right at you.
And so it's New Orleans with it. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
The pass to Shamet. Back to George. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Williams can't get it to go.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand up on that deep ball.
Yeah, you got to like how he hustled to guard out on the perimeter, definitely respecting the shooting ability.
Favors can't get it to go. Here's Los Angeles now. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Right side Redick, a 3 ball. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
Well, Paul George definitely had a chance to take that one himself, but he makes the smart play and a quick dish to a teammate.
Ball with it. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. We're now about 3 minutes into this overtime period. Leonard with the ball. Now guarded by Ball. And it's Shamet missing. Pelicans trail by 10. Ingram outside. Favors, finds Ball. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And the dunk by Williamson.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by the Clippers.
Williams against Ball. Now here's Williams. And George, here we go. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Ingram's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Redick inside the line. They grab their own miss. Ingram against Leonard. Shot clock at 6. Outside, Redick. Pass to Williamson. Over Williams. He can't get it to go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Leonard kicks to Shamet. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Shamet's got the lead up to 10 now for Los Angeles. The Pelicans shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. Ball, the pass to Williamson. Redick trying to get open, and he makes that one. And that's now 35 points for Zion Williamson. Here is Williams. Pass to Leonard.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
Do you want to keep expending energy, or do you want to start thinking about the next one?
This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
Yeah, just got to work that clock and take care of the ball.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Misses in close.
And they've been a different team here in overtime. They just seem to have lost their energy.
Ball dishes to Ingram. Launches it. Ball no good. And so Los Angeles takes the win. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came out in the extra period.
What a ride. I mean, I thought it might end in regulation, but you know what? They came through big and did exactly what was necessary once we got into OT.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where is your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together. and we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.